Well, it's been kind of a hard road back for the Ewing Tigers. 3 losses on the season, including 2 to their longtime rival Chambers up in north central Nebraska. For Pleasanton, 24-1 record. First time since '92 that they have been in position to win a state championship. Their head coach, Brenda Pates, knows all about it. She played on the last Pleasanton team to get this far. Pleasanton with the narrow victory over Chambers in come-from-behind fashion. Ewing in a close game with Falls City Sacred Heart. And we'll talk about more about these two teams when we come back.
Rising from acres of Midwestern farm fields, a revolution is coming. A new era of energy independence from foreign oil. It's called soy biodiesel. Made with soybean oil, this fuel is a sustainable, renewable resource. America, it's time for an oil change. Soy biodiesel, grown in the Midwest. Programming on NET television is made possible in part by U.S. Bank. The U.S. Bancorp Foundation supports charitable, educational, and community service-oriented organizations in communities across Nebraska and the nation. U.S. Bank employees dedicate their time and efforts to local causes they are truly passionate about. U.S. Bank. Wherever you go, you'll find us.
Get ready for the Osmonds! Celebrating 50 years of entertainment. Don't miss the Osmonds reunion concert.
Coming soon to NET1.
Last game of the night, Class D2, Pleasanton and Ewing. Here's Doc Winiger with the introduction of our participants.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the Nebraska School Activities Association, its member schools, and U.S. Bank, welcome to the Bob Devaney Sports Center for the 2008 Class D2 State Championship game. Tonight's game features the Pleasanton High School Bulldogs versus the Tigers of Ewing High School. And now, let's meet the players and coaches competing in tonight's game. First, the non-starters for the visiting team, the Pleasanton Bulldogs. Number 13, Erica Bolsell. Number 15, Kelsey Best. Number 21, Nicole Rasmussen. Number 25, Abby Royal. Number 45, Melanie Shefto. Number 45, Adam Papanow. And number 55, Bridget Reeves. And now the non-starters for the home team, the Ewing Tigers. Number 3, Amber Stanton. Number 5, Christina Hawk. Number 10, Kenzie Bowen. Number 11, Heather Bartak. Number 13, Megan Ramo. Number 25, Lisa Funk. Number 42, Sierra Summer. And now, the starting lineup for the Pleasanton Bulldogs. A 5'8" junior, number 11, Christy Bauer. A 5'7" junior, number 23, Courtney Shoemaker. A 5'8" sophomore, number 33, Ashley Axman. A 6-foot senior, number 41, Jessica Janicek. And a 6'4" sophomore, number 51, Laurel Zwiener. Head coach for the Bulldogs is Brenda Pates, assisted by Lindy Meyer. And now the starting lineup for the Ewing Tigers. A 5'9" sophomore, number 20, Tiffany Tramer. A 5'5" sophomore, number 21, Tony Gillespie. A 5'11" junior, number 22, Abby Sheets. A 5'6" senior, number 30, Tiffany Barlow. 6'2" junior, number 33, Haley Tramer. Head coach for the Tigers is Brock Eichelberger, assisted by Ann Bolter and Seth Collum. Tonight's game officials are Chris Komoric, Kyle Poole, and Chris Wright. The bench official is Heath Polnareff. And now, ladies, let's play basketball!
We have yet to see a repeat champion here at the girls' state tournament, and that's kind of a rarity when you consider some of the schools that have come through here in recent years. We've talked a lot about South Sioux City and Southeast in recent years. We've had West Point Central Catholic. We had Humphrey St. Francis and Crofton both in the tournament this year, but didn't make it to championship Saturday. So repeats at the tournament are almost a given. So Ewing's got a little bit of pressure on them. They want to keep that string going. They'd love to. For Pleasanton, well, it's been a long time, 1992, and their head coach, Brenda Pates, was on that team who lost in the championship game that year to Genoa. So she remembers what it's like to be here. Unfortunately, none of her kids do. They were all, well, either babies or not born yet when it happened.
So you're telling me they do have championship game experience?
Well, at least their coach
on
does.
The bench.
Yeah, on the bench. Right here in the Devaney Center, but it's been a while. Should be a good one, though. Pleasanton just one loss on the season. That came very early on to Ravenna. Now you'll look at the score and you'll say 49-20. That's not very impressive, but Ravenna was one of the top teams in Class C2, not Class D2. So elevating in class, you can kind of understand why. And for Ewing, 3 losses on the year, twice to Chambers, but then they beat Chambers twice, so that's a wash. And Pope John, who we saw earlier today in the D1 final. So really, quality competition these two teams have faced. And again, no bad losses for either of these two teams.
No shame. There's 4 losses in total between the two. No shame in any of those 4. That's the sign of a championship team. We always talk about good wins, bad losses. A lot of good wins, 0 bad losses on the court right now.
Well, and of all the tournament fields, arguably D2 was the most wide open coming in. A lot of good teams, really just about any, you could have predicted just about any combination possible, and you wouldn't have been too far off. As it turns out, it's Ewing and Pleasanton. 3 from the elbow, that's Tiffany Tramer. No points yet.
Pleasanton will try to run that motion offense. Usually try to work the ball to Ashley Axman. She's their go-to gal.
Also to Laurel Zwiener at 6'4", tallest player on the floor. Offensive rebound, no. Ball tipped around, and Ewing's going to come out of there with it. Now, Ewing does not have numbers here, so a wise move by Tony Gillespie to pull it back.
Abby Sheets thought about the 3.
And Sheets going to go to the line after being hacked on the free throw attempt. As you take a look at Brock Eichelberger, was in this spot here last year, and his team went on to win the state championship, beating Falls City Sacred Heart, the same team that they beat yesterday in the semis.
He's a very fun coach, very young and energetic guy. And sometimes they talk about coaches and how their personality is contagious. You certainly get the sense of that with this Ewing ball club.
First points of the game scored at the free throw line, and Sheets will make them both. Abby Sheets, 5'11" junior, averaging 19 points and 10 rebounds. She scored 24 on Thursday, 17 yesterday against Sacred Heart.
Championship game jitters on the over and back call.
It's possible, and a quick timeout's going to be taken here by Brenda Pates, probably recognizing just that.
But Shoemaker knew the mistake the minute that the ball left her hand. She saw it going towards her teammate that was flying up the court in the backcourt, though, and shook her head and said, "My bad, that won't happen again." But a good timeout. Sometimes playing in this spotlight can rattle you just a little bit.
Well, and they have waited all day, too, for this. I mean, this is the last game of the day. Chances are they probably saw some of the action from earlier in the day. And you've been sitting around waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting, and that can be a little hard on people sometimes.
Think those girls thought about this game at all today? Probably couldn't shake it from their mind.
Probably they played it over and over in their heads.
They could go to a movie, do about anything, but still, what's going up in the noggin? Just thinking about what's going on right now.
And it's different, too. I mean, granted, most of these teams have roughly a 18 to 24-hour turnaround between the semifinals and finals, but there's a difference when it's late at night and you have all day to think about it, not to mention the night sleeping. After you get off, you're coming off the high of winning the semifinals. Then you try to get to bed and you spend the whole rest of the day, the next day, thinking about the game.
Right, we talked about to some of the coaches who used to play in the nightcap. They preferred moving their games up in the day because, as one coach said, I don't have to entertain them as long.
Foul is on Ewing. It's going to be on Tramer. 2-0 Ewing lead, both on free throws. 5:50 left to go in the first quarter. Sweener. This is Bauer for three. Yes!
Pleasanton can hit from downtown. They have plenty of offensive weapons. Bauer is one of several.
Up in the paint. Gonna try to high entry for Tramer. Pivots. Ball tipped out. Another chance. No, and the rebound for Sweener of Pleasanton. Pleasanton in the dark colored jerseys, the red. Ewing in the home whites. All the way down through the lane and draws a foul. Ashley Axman. It's been a tale of 2 days for Axman. 2 points on Thursday, 25 yesterday. But in that 2-point effort against Sioux County, she did pull down 10 rebounds. So one way or another, she definitely contributed. She averages 13 and 9 on the season.
Everybody has those days, right? Sometimes there's a lid on the bucket, so when that happens, you got to contribute the best way you can. For Axman on that given day, it was getting it done on the glass.
Pleasanton with the 4-2 lead here, 3 minutes into the game. Class D2 championship. Here from the Bob Devaney Sports Center. John Bishop alongside Kevin Suits. Ann Hedman is our courtside reporter. Traveling. Now Ewing's going to bring the press in the backcourt, which
Ewing is a very long team. They don't have a player as tall as Sweener, who has the ball right now, but they do have a little bit of height, but more importantly, they have athletes with very long arms. So look out for those active hands that can always disrupt the passing lanes.
Sweener, good, nice touch. Laurel Sweener coming out of the post to score, and a timeout for Brock Eichelberger and Ewing.
Coach Eichelberger is not too happy with his team's performance so far.
Trying to wake him up a little bit. Ewing beat North Loop Scotia on Thursday, and as we mentioned, Falls City Sacred Heart last night. And Ewing is a team, they will play their defense to suit whatever the opposition is doing. Yesterday, came out against Sacred Heart in what they call the junk defenses, but to me a junk defense is something that doesn't work. If it works, then it's not a junk defense. But they did the diamond in one trick yesterday on Sacred Heart's Caitlin Wheeler, who arguably could be the best post player in this class. Then a little 1-3-1 zone as well mixed in. At the baseline, going along, no, and a shot rejected, foul shot. 2 of them coming out.
Building on your point, John. What's wrong with the diamond in one defense? It's a smart thing to do, especially containing Caitlin Wheeler is not easy at all. So why sacrifice quote-unquote a junk defense, just to stick to your guns of man-to-man or zone? A lot of coaches do that. They're very stubborn in what they do. Brock Eichelberger definitely is not one of those type of guys.
Well, sometimes you have to do those things, and we saw it earlier this year here in this building with Doc Sadler.
With Michael Beasley.
Kansas State.
What they did.
And did it work? Yeah, Beasley said he was going to go off for 50, and he missed his mark by about 33 points.
Yeah, and the other thing with Doc is Doc loves the man-to-man defense. Is he stubborn about it? Yes. But in order to get a victory, he will bend. And that night it paid off. Same thing for Brock Eichelberger.
Ball was tipped around, and Ewing will come away with it on the steal. Here's Sheets down the floor for Ewing. 6-2, Pleasanton with the early lead here. Past halfway to go in the first quarter.
Credit Pleasanton right now defensively getting back. Ewing likes to run with the basketball, but they're not able to because the Bulldogs are just hustling down the floor, getting ready to play some deep.
Not a bad shot by Tramer, unfortunately. Still no points. Baseline pass kicked. Pleasanton trying to run the floor here and keep that tempo up. Timeout on the floor, 3:22 to go. This is the first quarter of the D2 championship.
Programming provided by Nebraska Public Power District.
My job with Nebraska Public Power District takes me to new heights, offers me challenging experiences. Like me, the utility cares about Nebraska. I go home at night knowing that what I do makes a difference. To put it simply, I am where I want to be.
Nebraska Public Power District, always there when you need us. Together with your local public power utility.
Hello, I'm André Rieu, inviting you to watch my brand new special, André Rieu in Wonderland, on this public television station. It features an enchanting evening of great music with my orchestra and some very special guests.
Coming soon to NET1.
Pleasanton 6, Ewing 2, 3:22 to go in the opening quarter. The final championship game here at the Bob Devaney Sports Center.
Christy Bauer, the junior, with the ball off the inbound, and a bad pass. Here comes Ewing. Tramer, foul coming down the floor. And that will be the third.
Ewing set up that time. Ewing set up that time in the 1-2-2 zone, and if I remember correctly, that's exactly what they ran last year. It was, I guess, arguably the #1 thing that won them that state championship was having Abby Sheets at the top of that zone because she deflected so many passes, and it led to a lot of points.
Well, you're exactly right, and that helped, a big deal.
So here she is right at the top. She will try to create as much havoc as possible on the top of this zone.
After the made bucket, it's a 2-point game. Brock Eichelberger saying, get your hands up. Bam! After the turnover, here comes Ewing. They'll press it down the floor. Yep, traveling a little too aggressive there as Sheets walked with it.
Shuffled the feet, wanted to go towards the hoop, which was the right decision, just got a little bit ahead of herself.
Ashley Axman back into the game now. She will inbound. Ewing going to make it too terribly easy to get into the front court. Little backcourt pressure by Tony Gillespie. Now Pleasanton will set up in the half court. Got a player wide open. Axman standing all alone for a good 5 seconds. Got it to her a little late though.
She's doing jumping jacks down there.
Just about traveling. Missed opportunity on that possession for the Bulldogs. That'll bring Courtney Shoemaker off the Pleasanton bench. 6-4. Pleasanton with the lead here. Tramer trapped in the corner. Here's a three on the way. No. But Ewing will keep it alive here. One more shot, maybe. Pull-up jumper. Offensive board, another try, yes. A little high action off the glass. Tiffany Marlowe has tied the game.
Way to stick with it, Marlowe. Ewing having trouble just finding shots to fall. They're 2 of 12. It helps when you get 3 tries on that side of the floor.
And that's going to be thrown away. Just needs to track it down to get the over and back call, because you do not want Ewing to get an easy basket. They're claiming that Sheets came back and touched it, which would have negated the over and back. And perhaps she did. It's hard to tell. But the officials who were, of course, trailing the play because it had happened behind them, maybe didn't have the angle on it. Either way, it's Ewing basketball.
Axman certainly argued her case. She was right there.
For that high lob in, there it is. Yes. Nice ball movement that time. Abby Sheets takes advantage. She's got 4 points, and it's an 8-6 Ewing lead.
That's a tough little drop pass, too. There's not a whole lot of room to work with, so you got to have just the right trajectory. And it helps that Sheets has those long arms to go up and get the pass and keeps the ball high and converts.
Axman wide open, yes. That time they didn't let her stand down there for 5 seconds with no one on her. They found her quickly, and that's what she can do for you.
She probably told her teammates last time down the floor. Just give it a look.
Let's see if Ewing plays for the last shot. They will have the possession to start the second quarter, but they won't get a chance to get off the last shot. Turnover. Here comes Pleasanton. Chance to take the lead before the end of the first quarter. 19 seconds left. Shoemaker looks down low. They'll have to bring it back out for Zwiener. 12 seconds
again
left.
calling for the basketball. She was opening the corner.
3, too long. And loose ball tracked down by Bauer. They'll keep it alive. Zwiener will take the 3. It's short. Ewing will come down with it, and that will end the first period of play. All knotted up in 8. It's Ewington and Pleasanton. This is the D2 championship on NET Sports and 10-11.
Hi, I'm Matt Davison, and I drive Nebraska's highways almost every day. Please use caution when driving in winter weather, and watch for highway workers as they clear the roads. Slow down when you meet a snowplow, and don't brake suddenly if you're traveling in front of one. They can't stop as quickly as a car or pickup. If you're gonna head out in winter weather, check out the Nebraska Travel Information website at 511nebraska.org, or just dial them at 511. Don't take any chances this year. If there's ice and snow, take it slow.
Programming on NET television is provided in part by Education Quest Foundation. For over 20 years, Education Quest has provided free college planning resources to help students search colleges, search for scholarships, complete financial aid applications, and learn more about student loans. Education Quest is located in Kearney, Lincoln, and Omaha. Appointments available at 800-666-3721.
Tied up as we begin the second period of the Class D2 championship game on the girls' side. 6th and final championship. Playing here at the Bob Devaney Sports Center today.
Brenda Pates, the head coach of Pleasanton, looking on as her Bulldogs have played to an even 8-all tie against the defending state champions. 3, goal. Tony Gillespie. Her first points of the evening.
Got to watch out for Ewing off the make basket, too, because that's when they hurry up into the front court and set up that full court press.
They like to limit points off of turnovers and get points off turnovers. And they're about to get points off of this turnover. Abby Sheets right down the floor, 13-8 now.
Ewing has already created 9 turnovers. Pleasanton just has to settle down just a little bit.
That pass nearly too high for Janacek.
I'd like to see Zwiener work a little bit more down low at that size of hers. She stands 6'4".
Here she and tried to get it into her. It deflected off her hands, thankfully into the hands of a teammate. Loose ball, foul on Ewing. And this will likely mean free throws. They're already setting up for it. Foul is on Abby Sheets. That's her first, team foul number 3. Into the free throw line, it's Courtney Shoemaker, a 5'7" junior who averages 12 points a game, had 12 on Thursday and 7 yesterday, misses the first free throw. Ewing will bring in Lisa Funk off the bench. Always amazes me, this is D2, the smallest of the classifications in terms of school size, yet they always seem to have deep players, as if every girl in the school plays basketball, or pretty close.
You got to remember the enrollment of some of these schools.
Pleasanton, and this is the first year they have not included the enrollment in the program. Usually they do, but generally you're looking at schools of between probably 50 and 70 or 75 kids in most cases. And this, again, the smallest of the classifications. But I guess the one way you can tell, you look in the student sections, if you see if there's any women, or any girls, I should say girls, and there's not many. And if they are, sometimes they're just friends and relatives from other towns.
Like Pleasanton, they have 2 cheerleaders.
Long 2. And the rebound pulled down by Ewing. They're going to run. And Sheets, realizing that Pleasanton, who has been good all day at getting back quickly on defense.
Yeah, Ewing, I think, would like to have more than 13 points, but it's just not going to happen if they're not able to get off in transition.
They got the entry that time into Tramer, who is fouled from behind by Zwiener. And that is her first. So 2 free throws coming up here for Haley Tramer. She averages 11 points, had 19 yesterday, and 13 in the win over North Loop Scotia. Players checking back in. Melanie Shafto back in for Pleasanton, among others. Ewing, 15, Pleasanton, 8. 6 minutes left to play in the first half.
Programming is provided in part by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Nebraska.
Escalator or stairs? It may seem like an easy choice, but the hard truth is the illness and disease that result from inactivity cost about $76 billion a year to treat. At Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Nebraska, we believe that cost is much too high, and not just in terms of money. So when it comes to keeping you healthy and keeping healthcare affordable, walking works. Your health, your choice.
Carrier. Coming in April to NET1.
.7-0 run for Ewing gives them a 15-8 advantage over Pleasanton here in the D2 state championship game.
Ball was kicked. And again, off the timeout, Ewing will go man-on-man pressure here. High lob in. That was a dangerous pass. But because of it, now Pleasanton has numbers, but an errant pass off the foot, and it's a turnover. So it looked like opportunity turns into mistake, and here comes Ewing again with a chance to build on that 7-point lead. Through the lane, wow. Using that pivot nicely, Tramer kept control and worked for that shot.
Tough bucket by Tramer, just pivoting all the way around Zwiener, and winds up with her body straight up at the basket and is able to kiss it off the window.
Ewing has really turned it up here defensively in the second quarter, and it seems to have thrown Pleasanton off their game. A 9-0 run here, and it could grow even more.
Ewing's being awfully patient. I think we have an injured player on the floor as well for Pleasanton. Courtney Shoemaker.
Yeah, she's hobbling as she comes off the floor. sure if she turned an ankle or what. We'll take a look. She's going to come over to the sideline. Looks like it's her right foot, right ankle. NSAA provides professional trainers for all of these games, so if there is injury, they can look them over right away. And that's what they will do right now with Shoemaker. Meanwhile, game action continues here. And turnover, errant throw. And that is turnover number 12 against the Bulldogs. As you can see, they're taking off Shoemaker's shoe. And they're looking at the foot or the ankle. Shielded out a little bit there by the sideline help. See if we can get an injury report. Timeout. As that 10-second count was on, Gillespie having problems getting it into the front court, not getting a lot of help. 4 minutes, 36 seconds left to play here in the first half. Ewing leads it by 9.
And Brock Eichelberger pretty much bailed out his team in that situation. Yeah. That's the one good thing about having a coach that paces up and down the side there. You can get right in the official's ear and call that timeout at any given time. Meanwhile, Pleasanton's offense sputtering. Their last field goal came in less than a minute to go in the opening period, so they've yet to score here in the second quarter. Meanwhile, Ewing has had no problem getting the ball in the hoop in quarter number 2.
Courtney Shoemaker, they continue to look over her foot, and let's get a quick injury report. Dan Hedman's down there on the sidelines. Dan?
Guys, Shoemaker had a brace on, or a lace-up brace on that right ankle. It appears she turned it anyway. They're going to tape her up and then put that brace back on. We'll see if she comes back in this ball game.
Still looking over on the bench there for Pleasanton. Shoemaker averages 12 points a game, one of the top scorers, second leading scorer for Pleasanton. That'd be a tough loss to swallow as Ewing has built their lead to 11 as Abby Sheets sinks the jumper. And it's just getting worse now for Pleasanton as Ewing has really used their defense to set up their offense.
Well, not only are the shots not falling for Pleasanton, they're having a hard time getting the ball across half court.
Everything's contested. Another kick ball out of bounds.
And I really go back to that timeout called by Brock Eichelberger there in the first period when his team got down to an early, they trailed, I believe, 6-2, was it?
Yes.
Their score at one point in time. It was a quick timeout, and I'm sure some people are saying, whoa, 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 a bit too early. But I think we're seeing the result of that right now. He was quick to give his team the business, tell them, we're better than this, let's elevate our play, just play Ewing-style basketball, and that's certainly what they're doing right now.
Haley Tramer with the foul as a pair of 33s going at it. That was Axman through the lane, and you'll see right there, that's what they called.
Close to all ball, but it's kind of hard to have a referee swallow the whistle on that when you reach the arms forward.
Right.
A lot of times if you go straight up, the official is less willing to blow the whistle. It looks a little bit more clean, but the minute you start reaching and you're covering a little bit of face,
right,
odds are the referee's going to call a foul.
And this one off the missed free throw. And ticky-tack foul there. Jessica Janacek with her first. And the 5th team foul against Pleasanton. Ewing with the 10-point lead at 19-9. Past the halfway mark here in the second quarter. Tigers into the front court. They'll work it in, out, baseline jumper off the side of the backboard. I always feel silly calling it a backboard when it's really glass, but it also sounds kind of silly to say off the side of the glass. I guess either way is correct. Hopefully you know what I'm talking about. Finally, they get the ball into Sweener, who we've been waiting for to really get cranked up here, and Sweener uses the glass, in this case, nicely for her 4th point.
Breaks a 5-minute scoring drought for Pleasanton.
It's kind of surprising. Now, sure, she's a sophomore, but at 6'4", one of the tallest players in the entire state, yet her averages are still kind of a pedestrian 8 points per game. You'd think that maybe she would average a little bit more because it is so unusual to see someone with that kind of size playing at this level.
That's the main point there, John, is this is D2 basketball, and with there being less numbers to choose from and play against, Sweener obviously stands out in Class D2.
She stood out right there with the block. And here come the Bulldogs trying to make a run here. They just got their first first field goal after getting their first points at the foul line halfway through the period. Axman down through the lane. Pleasanton's going to get a second chance. As you take a look on Courtney Shoemaker, she does have her shoe back on and may be ready to come back in when we return for more second quarter action.
Programming on NET television is made possible in part by U.S. Bank. Across Nebraska, the nation, and everywhere in between, U.S. Bank provides financial, trust, and investment services to individuals, large corporations, and small businesses. Wherever you go, whether it's in person, on the phone, or on the World Wide Web, you'll find U.S. Bank. You'll find more than 50,000 U.S. bankers, home of the 5-star service guarantee.
The NSAA State High School Basketball Championships are underwritten in part by Nebraska Public Power District, always there when you need us, together with your local public power utility. The Nebraska Soybean Board, encouraging the use of renewable biodiesel fuels for a healthier environment. For information, nebraskasoybeans.org. And by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Nebraska. The Blues are good for you.
All eyes on the Bob Devaney Sports Center all day. The 6th and final state championship game between Ewing and Pleasanton.
Bad throw, but it was tipped, so no over and back. Sweener. And Pleasanton keeps the possession. Down, up, and through, and it rolls off. She'll get 2 free throws.
That ball was about halfway down. It was rolling right across the cylinder.
It was close.
It looked like it was going to drop, popped right out.
Tiffany Tramer with her second foul, 16th foul against the Tigers. And here is Ashley Axman, the sophomore, 13-point, 9-rebound average. She's got one. And here comes Courtney Shoemaker. After looking over her right foot, she appears to be ready to go. Have to keep an eye on her, see just how mobile she is.
Might have just been a simple sprain or a slight roll. She looks ready to go.
19-13, lead down to 6. Coming up on 2 minutes to play here in the first half. Ewing going for a repeat. Pleasanton trying to win their first championship. This is their first appearance here since 1992.
John, Ewing has really controlled this second half, but Pleasanton has to be very encouraged. They're only trailing by 6. That's certainly striking distance.
Wow, going through defenders, dangerous there. As Pleasanton sinking back down into that zone, and that's a travel. Turnover against Ewing, that's their 5th. Pleasanton with 12 here in this first half. Baseball pass, 2 players wide open. Boy, Ewing needed a strong safety back there, didn't have it. Needed the free safety back there, didn't have it.
Definitely a touchdown pass. Great throw, great execution.
It's not very often, Kevin, that you see 2 players streaking down uncontested. Usually there's 1 once in a while, but not 2.
It was the old seam routes. Nobody was home. There wasn't even a defender to pick and choose which one to guard. But if you see the way Ewing designs their full court press, they try to man-to-man you all the way in the front court. So if you put all 4 players in the front court, all you got to do is send one down. There's nobody back.
And Pleasanton with the steal. Here they come, back the other way, trying to close the gap. And the basket went down, but that is not a 3-point play. The foul was on the floor prior to the shot. It'll be, actually it won't even be that. It'll be a 1-and-1. The shot was well after the foul. Shot was after the foul. Of course, had it been during the shot, it would be a 3-point play, so he would have counted the basket.
Would have been a nice 3-point play. As Pleasanton starts to chip away at this lead.
It was
held by Ewing.
It was 19-8 at one point, and now it's 19-17. 19-9, I believe it was.
It was 19-8.
19-8.
At the 4:18 mark here in the period. since.
So in 3 minutes,
been all Pleasanton, 7-0.
3-minute 7-0 run here. Amber Stanton looks outside. Sheets down low, and that one was altered by Zwiener.
I think Tramer was just looking for the foul, but didn't get the call. Part of the reason was she was a little bit out of control, falling away when throwing up that shot.
Final minute of play here in the first half. Pleasanton with a chance to tie or possibly take the lead. Tried to kick the pass back out, and Tramer got her hands on it. Tips it to a teammate. Down the floor. Here comes Ewing. But again, Pleasanton back quickly on defense, so they'll have to sit up in the half court where the jump shot is missed. And now you got to believe that Pleasanton's going to play for the final shot here.
Yeah, and Ewing's really gone cold here in the second half, or the second quarter rather. They're now just shooting 28% from the floor.
Janicek fouled on the floor, and that's going to mean free throws because both teams are in the bonus. Foul is on Tiffany Barlow, her second foul, 8th team foul against Ewing, and here's Jessica Janicek. Will not get the second, and so now Ewing gets to play for the final shot, presumably. 12 seconds left. Looking for someone open. Too strong, and that will end the first half. That one, no good. So Pleasanton with a run here at the end of the period has closed the gap down to 2 points. It's Ewing 19, Pleasanton 17 here at halftime of the Class D2 state championship game. Well, as we mentioned earlier, Brenda Pates was here the last time that Pleasanton was in the championship game. A little bit of playing experience now as a coach. Let's find out what she's got in store for her team at halftime.
Coach, you know what? Points tough to come by, but your team able to cut into this lead late in that half.
Yeah, you know, I told them it's all about defense. Defense is what wins you championships. Last night, your defense came and got us here. I said, just relax, play the game. That's the only normal part of this weekend for us. You know, they're a good team. We got to make sure we take care of the ball, play good defense, and just have fun tonight.
I said the defense got you here in the second half. Maybe other than defense, what's going to be the difference in this game?
Well, probably keeping our turnovers down. We got to make sure we take care of the ball, and if we have opportunity to push it, we need to push the ball and attack them.
All right, Coach, thanks for joining us. We're going to take a quick break. Good luck in the second half. When we get back, we'll break down the stats from the first half.
I hope you're enjoying this high school championship game, which is being broadcast on NET television throughout the entire state of Nebraska. High school championships have become one of the hallmarks of NET sports. People throughout Nebraska continually tell us that they're inspired by our sports coverage. From the Panhandle to the Missouri River, viewers like you enjoy watching the excitement unfold. Whether your game is basketball, football, baseball, volleyball, swimming, or rodeo, NET Sports is your home for Nebraska athletics. We'd like to bring these games into your home for many years, and in order to accomplish our goal, we need your help. The NET Foundation has established a sports endowment fund to ensure perpetual support for NET sports programming. Call me or email me to learn more about how your legacy can live through an endowment gift to NET Television.
Hear a symphonic concert that features the talents of Dennis DeYoung, a singer, songwriter, and founding member of the rock group Styx. Hear Styx classics like Come Sail Away and Lady, plus find out how to get tickets to DeYoung's concert with the Omaha Symphony in May. Dennis DeYoung, the music of Styx with the Omaha Symphony Orchestra. Thursday at 7 Central Time on NET1.
Live coverage of the 2008 State High School Basketball Championships is brought to you in part by Nebraska's independent colleges offer individualized attention and a close student-faculty relationship with a goal of educational success. the Nebraska Abstinence Education Program, working to prevent teenage pregnancy and the spread of sexually transmitted disease by promoting sexual abstinence until marriage. Nebraska Furniture Mart, with 450,000 square feet of furniture, flooring, appliances, and electronics all in one store. It's worth the trip. Concordia University, Nebraska, is a Christ-centered community ready to prepare students for a life of leadership and service.
Your Class D2 All-State team unveiled. The All-State team selected by the coaches across the state, collected and tallied by 10-11. At the top, one of the players we're seeing today, Abby Sheets.
Of Ewing, she's right there. Courtney Shoemaker also making it to the All-State team. She was injured in the second quarter, but has been able to return to the game. And all 5 of these players representing teams that made it to the state tournament. Caitlin Wheeler talked about her yesterday. It was Ewing's defense that was able to keep her contained for the most part in getting that semifinal win. And Kelly Hemsmeyer of North Loop, Scotia, another team that fell to Ewing earlier this weekend. And Taylor Puttergill, what a year it has been for Mullen. Both boys and girls teams having great seasons. And Mullen, a school that we haven't really called out for a long time. Actually, I think forever. I believe this is the first time that Mullen made the state tournament. Yes, it was their first year. They ended up coming here as an undefeated team, but unfortunately for Taylor and the rest of the Mullen Broncos could not make it here to championship Saturday. 19-17, Ewing with the 2-point lead at halftime of the D2 championship.
Programming provided by Nebraska Public Power District.
My job as an engineer for the Nebraska Public Power District is rewarding. My education and technical skills are used every day to help generate electricity for Nebraska. And I feel good because I believe that what I do maintains the state's quality of life. NPPD is where I want to be.
Nebraska Public Power District, always there when you need us, together with your local public power utility.
Programming is provided in part by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Nebraska.
These cost about $50. This costs about $57,000. Choosing to use these can help you avoid this. And since inactivity is a better predictor of death than smoking, high blood pressure, and even heart disease, using these more and this less could save you more than money. A message that's good to know from Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Nebraska.
Programming on NET television is provided in part by Education Quest Foundation. For over 20 years, Education Quest has provided free college planning resources to help students search colleges, search for scholarships, complete financial aid applications, and learn more about student loans. Education Quest is located in Kearney, Lincoln, and Omaha. Appointments available at 800-666-3721.
The NSAA State High School Basketball Championships are underwritten in part by Nebraska Public Power District, always there when you need us, together with your local public power utility. Education Quest Foundation, improving access to college through scholarships, grants, and college planning services. And by U.S. Bank, measuring success through performance, pride, products, and people, backed by a 5-star service guarantee. U.S. Bank, member FDIC.
Fans having a good time here at halftime of the Class D2 championship game. Ewing leads Pleasanton 19-17. Nice late run by the Bulldogs to draw within 2 when they were down by as many as 11 early in the period. We'll take a look at the first half numbers. Shooting, well, it's been at a premium, just 5 of 15 for Pleasanton, 7 for 26 for Ewing, and those turnovers have been costly. 13-6, Pleasanton, 13 turnovers in that first half. We'll come back and have more. Stay right there.
The NSAA State High School Basketball Championships are underwritten in part by Nebraska Public Power District, always there when you need us, together with your local public power utility. The Nebraska Soybean Board, encouraging the use of renewable biodiesel fuels for a healthier environment. For information, nebraskasoybeans.org. And by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Nebraska. The Blues are good for you.
Hello, I'm Rod Bates, General Manager of NET. If you rely on an outdoor antenna or rabbit ears to receive your favorite television channels, you'll soon have to make some choices. You'll have three options. First, you can buy a new digital television set. Second, you can subscribe to a pay TV service like cable or satellite. And the third option is you can buy a converter box that will let you keep using your current television set. Now, the federal government started offering DTV converter coupons worth $40 each to help you afford the boxes you'll need. You can apply by calling 888-388-2009, or you can log onto the internet and go to dtv2009.gov. If you have any questions at all, you can call us here at NET for help. Our number is 1-800-634-6788. We just want to make sure you continue to receive our programs.
Ewing head coach Brock Eichelberger joins me now. Coach, the parents supplied you with a corsage here. You'd like to supply them with a state title win tonight. What's it going to take in the second half?
I'll tell you what, we're going to have to come out and play a little more aggressive. I thought we were a little passive on the offensive end. Zwiener's presence in there, even though we do go 6'2" and 6 foot, just got a couple block shots, and I think we've been a little timid. So hopefully we stiffen up our defense a little bit and really attack on offense, and I think we'll be okay.
All right, good job, Coach. Thanks for coming over here. Good luck in the second half. We have ourselves a 2-point game. Time to take one more break. We'll be right back with second half action after this.
Thank you, sir.
Programming provided by Nebraska Public Power District.
My job with Nebraska Public Power District takes me to new heights, offers me challenging experiences. Like me, the utility cares about Nebraska. I go home at night knowing that what I do makes a difference. To put it simply, I am where I want to be.
Nebraska Public Power District, always there when you need us. Together with your local public power utility.
Rising from acres of Midwestern farm fields, a revolution is coming. A new era of energy independence from foreign oil. It's called soy biodiesel. Made with soybean oil, this fuel is a sustainable, renewable resource. America, it's time for an oil change. Soy biodiesel, grown in the Midwest.
The NSAA State High School Basketball Championships are underwritten in part by Nebraska Public Power District, always there when you need us, together with your local public power utility. Education Quest Foundation, improving access to college through scholarships, grants, and college planning services. And by U.S. Bank, measuring success through performance, pride, products, and people, backed by a 5-star service guarantee. U.S. Bank, member FDIC.
Or not at the movies, at the old ball game. Got the popcorn in hand and a D2 championship game. Second half now as we get underway in the third quarter.
First bite's not even done. He's already working on the second and the third bite.
He's hungry. Brock Eichelberger wants his team to get hungrier here in the second half.
It wasn't a great end to the first half. Granted, they still have the lead, but it was not the way he wanted to see that half end. A 8-0 run to end the first half of action for Pleasanton. And they do have a chance here to tie things up. There's Zwiener. No. Offensive rebound, but that ball was taken away from her by Sheets, and now here comes Ewing. But again, Pleasanton back quickly on defense. Ewing has not been able to do much in transition.
Yeah, Pleasanton has done an exceptional job of just getting back, not letting the Tigers get up and down the floor.
After the missed three, a save inbounds by Barlow, and here comes Ewing again. Entry pass. Not enough on that shot. Ewing comes up with no points. First minute of play here in the second half. Ewing going for back-to-back championships, trying to be the only team today to have a back-to-back claim. Granted, no one else really had that opportunity. All the other defending champions that were here this weekend were gone yesterday.
That's the thing. Most of the defending champions were here. Humphrey St. Francis, they had the big 3-year run. Crofton, they had the big 3-year run. The Flyers bounced quarterfinals. Crofton in the semis. Alliance tried to go back-to-back, but that effort fell short today in Class B. Ewing looking to be the lone returners.
19-17. Ewing again with a chance to extend the lead, but not finding the going very easy here offensively. Late first half, early second. That time again tried the outlet pass. It's not been there. Long three, and that's not even close. Christy Bauer might need a little more Wheaties. Muscle that thing up there.
I still think every time Pleasanton touches the basketball, they should get the ball inside to Zwiener just to see what happens. You know, she might not have a good look, but she'll at least attract the defense, and that could free up one of her teammates.
That's a travel. I was going to say, I'm surprised, kind of a delayed call there, but Abby Sheets did walk with it. She's a little disgusted with herself. So stuck on 19-17 right here. Loose scrum, and coming up with it, Timothy Tramer twice was on her keister, and twice had opportunities. Got it down the floor, and for a moment looked like Ewing might have a chance.
Like a new dance move, just spinning around on the floor down there.
Some backcourt pressure by Ewing now. See if they can change the tempo, change the momentum of this game. Well, it won't happen, at least not yet. Through the lane, Axman. Nothing there, and now here comes Sheets, right through everybody, speeding down the floor. Abby Sheets, her own one-man break. And she'll get the ball.
She beat 4 players down the floor, turned it into a track meet, and won the race.
Nice body control, even though she was hit there by Christy Bauer.
You saw Bauer try to get position to take the charge, but she was a half step too late.
So, the scoring drought ends for Ewing, and the lead is 5. Take the second count broken now. And we'll see what Pleasanton can do here. 22-17. High lob, too far, too strong. Axman at 5'8", needed to be about 5'11", 6 foot to have a realistic chance at that one. Sideline. Tev stepped on the sideline, thought might get a foul there for a moment, but good defense along the sideline from Pleasanton. And we'll turn around and come back the other way. Bulldogs trying to get their first points here in the second half.
A very slow second half so far. Only 3 points in the third quarter.
There's that high lob you were looking for, but it deflected right back out to Shoemaker. And the All-Stater gets the first points of the second half for Pleasanton High School.
Just followed it up, and there's a Pleasanton player down in the backcourt.
Nice. And that's a Shoemaker who was pulled up lame, and this time it is not her ankle. That was a nice break, though, run by Ewing. Not sure what happened to her. Maybe she got hit in the stomach.
I think she lost her wind there for a brief second, because she looks like she's fine. She wants to stay in the contest, but since there was a stoppage of play, she does have to sit out.
So after the made bucket, this is an opportunity. It's kind of a break for Ewing, because now they can set their half-court or their backcourt press versus waiting to do it in transition. But here comes Pleasanton. They break it, and foul. It's on the floor, no shot. No free throws. He's going to go on number 30, Tiffany Barlow. Here's your replay. Yeah, really didn't do anything.
Little body underneath, little hand up top. Nothing, out of bounds.
It's one thing to have control when you do that, but really she is not in control and got too much of the body in there. A little drop step move there by Sweeter. Still having a tough go of it though. Sweeter with 4
Look at all
points.
5 red jerseys. Get back.
Well, they must run them pretty good there in Pleasanton. That 3 was almost down. Rebound to the Bulldogs. 4 minutes, 14 seconds left to play third quarter. Ewing with a 5-point lead.
There's no doubt Pleasanton would like to get back in the scoring column here. Just 1 field goal in the third quarter. They've just been hanging around in this 5-point neck of the woods all game long.
From the corner. And a foul on the rebound. Tiffany Tramer, and that is number 3 for Tramer. And the third team foul against the Tigers. 3 minutes, 57 seconds left here in the third quarter. A slow start here for both of these teams, but Ewing has the 5-point lead.
Hi, I'm Matt Davison, and I drive Nebraska's highways almost every day. Please use caution when driving in winter weather, and watch for highway workers as they clear the roads. Slow down when you meet a snowplow, and don't brake suddenly if you're traveling in front of one. They can't stop as quickly as a car or pickup. If you're gonna head out in winter weather, check out the Nebraska Travel Information website at 511nebraska.org, or just dial them at 511. Don't take any chances this year. If there's ice and snow, take it slow.
Funding is provided in part by the Dr. Thomas and Dorothy Hallstrom Fund, created to support broadcasting of the Nebraska State High School basketball tournament.
Pleasanton with the basketball, trailing by 5 in the third quarter of the last D2 state championship contest.
Pleasanton entry sheets. Nice move. Axman with a couple more, and Pleasanton draws within 3. Ashley Axman, 5'8" sophomore with 9 points, just a skosh under her average of 13 per game. Good baseline defense by Pleasanton. They did not allow positioning at all.
It's kind of the danger zone underneath the bucket. Not a whole lot of good things can happen when you're directly underneath that basket. You're hugging the line. There's going to be a lot of red jerseys. That's your opponent in that area.
Pleasanton did a nice job of using the sideline as the proverbial 6th defender.
Yeah, they lured the ball down there. So good job by Pleasanton on the defensive end. Can they get points, though? That's been the crux for them.
Chance to tie. In and out. And a Pleasanton foul off the miss. It'll go against Melanie Shafto. And that is her first. And back into the game, Laurel Sweeter after a short breather. 3:16 left to play, third quarter. Ewing 24, Pleasanton 21.
Both teams not having their best offensive games of the season. Ewing shooting 28% from the floor.
Wow, you don't see that very often. Using the bank from the corner.
Shots like that'll help the average, though.
And a steal. But a bad pass, almost tracked down. Who's going to come up with it? It's loose foul, reach in. Going to come back the other way. Amber Stanton, after all of that wildness, called with her first. And so Pleasanton will inbound, and again, here's that backcourt pressure once again. And you notice this time Ewing does have a safety back. Nice steal, And a reach-in foul. That's what the pressure can do for you. Abby Sheets took the ball away and now draws a foul.
Pleasanton has done a really good job of preventing this from happening so far this game, because you knew that you can't keep Ewing's defense in check, if that makes any sense, because usually their defense leads to offense with that full court pressure, but they've been able to break the press time and time again. Just a matter of when those turnovers are going to be forced.
That's a tough shot coming from the left side, having to work against defenders, and again Ewing, just as they did in the early stages of the second quarter, turning up the wick defensively. Hard contact and a timeout first. Crashing hard to the floor was Amber Stanton. She's okay, but she took a shot right in front of us. She hit that hit the hardwood pretty hard. But Pleasanton, realizing Brenda Pates that the 10-second count was about to expire. Let's watch this collision again right in front of us. Bam!
Got a little forearm in there.
And a complete rollover. But the timeout came first.
Fullback style play right there.
Well, that may have been a break for Pleasanton, because I don't think there's any question if the timeout hadn't come first, that would have been a player control foul.
Absolutely.
So after Pleasanton got it down to 3, it's back to a 7-point game.
And that happened pretty quickly, too. It was just over a minute ago that it was 24-21.
.25 left here in the third. Dribbling between defenders, nice pass, a travel. Axman got a good feed from Autumn Papanaugh, but she walked with it. Christy Bauer back into the game for the Bulldogs. Pleasanton in red, Ewing in white. Trying to repeat here in Class D2. They beat Fall City Sacred Heart last year to win their first. They're trying to beat Pleasanton here tonight to win their second. 3-ball front iron, no good. And that's a carry.
The ball just got a little bit too far out in front. Shoemaker's body tried to catch up with it, called the carry.
Now, when you look at the names of the schools in the history of this girls tournament, which dates back to '77, first we're going to have a steal. Down the floor, here comes Shoemaker. Oh, hard collision, and I think she hit her head on the back of the wood. I think she hit her back of her head as she came crashing down. Shoemaker off the steal. She's back up on her feet, thank goodness. Because they both players went hard to the floor, but for a moment, I thought Shoemaker got the worst of it. Let's watch it again.
Pleasanton fans were arguing for a flagrant foul.
Yeah, that's just a good hard foul.
Yeah, if you saw the left arm there, it was going up for the basketball. The bodies where was most of the contact occurred.
Well, when you have so much momentum,
yeah.
When you have so much momentum, that's going to happen. It's just a natural.
All in all, the intent of it was to get the basketball.
Makes the first, makes the second. 28-23. As I was about to say, in the long history, or the relative long history, if you're born after 1977, it's not that long. But since the girls' state tournament got started, we've had a lot of teams have multiple tournament appearances, but I don't think anyone is as efficient as Ewing. This is their 5th tournament, and they have reached the finals in all 5 years. Now, their only championship was last year, but they have maximized their appearances in their previous 5 trips to state. There's an offensive rebound and a make for Laurel Zwiener.
Zwiener has been very silent here in the second half, but coming alive. She has 6 in total now, 3 of 9 from the floor.
And a traveling called against Ewing.
So here we go, Pleasanton maybe making a run again. They had been staring at a 7-point deficit. Cut it back down to 5. Remember, it was a similar situation earlier in the contest when they were down 19-11. Then they rallied to make it a 2-point ball game just before halftime.
Coming up on a minute to go here in the third. There's that high lob for Zwiener, but she lost track of the ball, and it's taken away by Ewing. Now the Tigers want to push the issue. Nothing there. Open 3. Airballed, but there's an offensive rebound. And Ewing will keep the possession. See how patient they are here. Sheets wasn't quite sure what to do with the ball and lost it right into the hands of Shoemaker. And so Pleasanton will have a chance here.
The Bulldogs going to work the offense again, looking at this very typical Ewing zone, which has been par today. They've seen a lot more success on it.
Here's a chance for fast break points. Kramer, too strong, no, and a foul. Well, that's the one area where Ewing is going to get something positive to go their way. So many times we've complimented Pleasanton on their ability to get back, but on steals like that, you knew Kramer was going to get down there first. It was just a matter of whether she made it, if she missed it, or if she was fouled. In this case, she missed it, but following the play, Sheets pulled down the rebound and was fouled. She'll get one more free throw here after making the first. 10.2 seconds left. Also, possession arrow to Ewing, who will start the fourth quarter with the basketball unless it changes. So Pleasanton could really use some points here before the end of the period. 5 seconds left. Axman, just before the buzzer, got the friendly bounce. And Pleasanton will get points before the break. 8 minutes to play. Ewing 32, Pleasanton 27 on the D2 championship.
The NSAA State High School Basketball Championships are underwritten in part by Nebraska Public Power District, always there when you need us, together with your local public power utility. The Nebraska Soybean Board, encouraging the use of renewable biodiesel fuels for a healthier environment. For information, nebraskasoybeans.org. And by Blue Cross Blue Shield of Nebraska. The Blues are good for you.
A good cowboy can't go to bed at night if his cows are hungry. You spend all your life taking care of animals.
These are the stories that made Nebraska the beef state. Coming this June on NET1 and NET HD.
(32-27), Ewing with the 5-point advantage heading into the fourth and final quarter in the sixth and final state championship game.
Ewing, as we said, before the end of the period was going to start with a basketball, but Pleasanton got those big 2 points for the buzzer. Now, can they get a defensive stop? They'll look inside and won't get it. Near over the back call. Thought we were going to get one. Pleasanton fans were howling for it. No such thing. They thought Sheets was over the back. Let's watch.
She kind of came in from the side, so it's hard to tell in that case. It's not like she was directly behind and just climbed the back. She was swooped across.
Missed 3, though, so no harm here. Pleasanton trying to draw within 7. There's a nice pass. Wiener feeds Axman for 2. Ashley Axman now with 11 points. First Pleasanton player into double figures. It's good. 3-pointer. Tiffany Tramer with a big answer for Ewing, as Pleasanton had gotten within a single possession.
Yeah, every time Pleasanton starts to sniff the lead, Ewing comes up with a big bucket.
And here they come again. Sheets all the way in, and they'll set up in the half court. Moving the ball around. Can they get another one? No. Rebound Axman. She's going to press the issue. Right down through the lane. Oh, ill-advised shot, though.
She got pushed from behind, and there was no call. That's what some of the Pleasanton fans were looking for.
Now back the other way, and a block from behind by Sweener. All of a sudden, things have gotten to a frantic pace. Back and forth we go, but no points to show for it.
It had been a grinding game. Here in the fourth quarter, it's been a track meet.
Maybe they were pacing themselves to start the third. That high lob intended for Zwiener. And now a fast break. No.
6-point contest still, believe it or not. We've had several golden opportunities on both ends of the floor.
Under 6 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Backs in. Oh, nice little up and under move. Laurel Zwiener kind of improvising that bucket. And a timeout taken by Ewing. 5:47 left to play. Once again, Pleasanton trying to claw their way back.
Programming provided by Nebraska Public Power District.
My job as an engineer for the Nebraska Public Power District is rewarding. My education and technical skills are used every day to help generate electricity for Nebraskans. And I feel good because I believe that what I do maintains the state's quality of life.
NPPD is where I want to be.
Nebraska Public Power District. Always there when you need us. Together with your local public power utility.
Rising from acres of Midwestern farm fields, a revolution is coming. A new era of energy independence from foreign oil. It's called soy biodiesel. Made with soybean oil, this fuel is a sustainable, renewable resource. America, it's time for an oil change. Soy biodiesel, grown in the Midwest.
State basketball in high definition this year for the first time ever.
Yeah, I want to thank our great NET Sports production crew chipping in this year, as well as our regular 10-11 sports crew bringing you these state tournament games each and every year. First ever state tournament in high definition on NET. And more of the same next week for the boys tournament. The 98th boys tournament next weekend.
Those brackets have been released, John, and some very good. We talked about D2 being a wide open race. There are a lot of boys classes that are certainly wide open.
No doubt about it. We'll get a good look at all of them next week, starting at 9:30 Saturday Central Time, 8:30 for those of you in Western Nebraska in the Mountain Time Zone. 5 minutes to play in regulation. Ewing again has extended their lead back out to 6. Oh, and Zwiener knew it too. Laurel Zwiener traveled, and her grimace tells it all. No argument from her on that call. Pleasanton needing a stop here.
They're going for it. They're trying to trap and create defensively.
Well, Zwiener just made up for her mistake on the offensive end with a block there and a takeaway. 37-31. That three ball missed over the top. Rebound for two, Christy Bauer.
Nice high arcing shot. And again, Pleasanton chipping away. They've done it all game, but just cannot get over the hump. 33-37.
4:15 to play. Pleasanton content to stay back down there in zone. Ewing working for the open shot. Yes. Clutch basket by Tiffany Tramer.
On back-to-back possessions, we've seen the lost start of the mid-range jump shot. And nice to see.
39-33. High lob in. Axman is fouled. She'll go to the line for two. Draws the foul from Haley Tramer, and that will be her third. And team foul number 6 on the Tigers, sending Ashley Axman to the line. Axman with 13 points, 11 rebounds for Pleasanton. Make it 14 points.
And good positioning on that sequence for Axman. Got down in the block, opened herself up nicely to the basket. Went up strong, had the body on her side. Shot didn't fall, but the free throws do.
39-35. Entry in. Tramer almost took a little hop step in the lane. And here comes Pleasanton. They got it coming back the other way. This is ill-advised. You got to back out. That was dangerous. Pappanon nearly lost the possession for Pleasanton by trying to go in against 4 defenders. They were able to get a shot off, but no. Pleasanton again, it's like a lid. 4 points is about as close as they're going to get, and then they can't get any closer.
Their shots just don't fall when they're a chance to close in on the margin.
Wow, you talk about working for a shot, working for an opportunity. That was some hard work there by Haley Tramer, who did everything but get a crowbar to help work for that shot. She will go to the line to shoot too, but not before we have a timeout. Pleasanton with 3 minutes to play. 39-35.
Hi, I'm Matt Davison, and I drive Nebraska's highways almost every day. Please use caution when driving in winter weather, and watch for highway workers as they clear the roads. Slow down when you meet a snowplow, and don't brake suddenly if you're traveling in front of one. They can't stop as quickly as a car or pickup. If you're gonna head out in winter weather, check out the Nebraska Travel Information website at 511nebraska.org, or just dial them at 511. Don't take any chances this year. If there's ice and snow, take it slow.
Programming on NET Television is made possible in part by U.S. Bank, fulfilling their commitment to serve customers wherever they are on their terms, providing a full range of banking services at 57 branch offices and more than 100 ATMs located conveniently across Nebraska. Wherever you go, 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, you'll find us.
.35, 3 minutes flat until we crown a Class C2 champion.
In and out. Haley Tramer, 6-foot junior, averages a double-double of 11 points and 11 rebounds, though tonight, 8 points, 10 rebounds, so pretty close to her average. There's the second, and the lead is 5 with 3 minutes to go. Ewing this time not with true full court pressure. Instead, they'll catch him right here in the half court.
Possession's getting even more important for Pleasanton.
Pass was partially deflected, but Axman comes away with it. And powers it home. 40-37, it's a 3-point game. Pleasanton still has a foul to give before putting Ewing in the 1-and-1 bonus.
Yeah, you definitely do not have to foul this early. Just play some solid man-to-man defense, try to force a turnover, or perhaps a bad shot.
Nope, timeout taken. Timeout taken, and I think Brock Eichelberger maybe, if he had a chance to have it back, he wouldn't have called it so quickly as that entry pass came in. Now.
He might be second-guessing that one, but hey, if he felt unsure about that situation, that's the best thing to do. If in doubt, might as well take it.
He's got 1 left. Pleasanton with 2 left. Pleasanton also has the possession arrow. We mentioned the foul situation. Pleasanton was still a foul to give before the 1-and-1 bonus. Next foul for Ewing puts Pleasanton at the line for 1-and-1. Though right now you're thinking more of a Pleasanton fouling situation because they are down in this one. As far as players in foul trouble on the floor, Barlow, Tramer, both Tramers with 3 for Ewing and 3 for Bauer. So really, that not a factor at this point with 2:18 left. As we get ready to resume action.
And if you're Ewing, you're just looking for those guards. Just try to hang on the ball, burn some clock. I think Brock Eichelberger probably just told his team, when you shoot, it better be a good look, because there is no rush right now.
5-second count is on. Oh, they're right there. Nice pass. Tramer to Tramer.
That's a sign of good coaching right there. Coming out of a timeout, having a well-designed play, ready to roll, and it executed perfectly.
42-37, lead is back to 5, and a turnover. Outlet pass. Sheets, one-on-one, and should go to the line for 2. And that turnover, depending on what happens here from the foul line, there's still plenty of time left, but boy, 7-point lead at this point. Not going to get to 7, could get to 6 though. The hill gets just a little bit harder to climb for Pleasanton. She can make at least one of these here.
Yeah, if you're Pleasanton, you might be having to start shooting some threes, which isn't really their cup of tea today. They're 1 of 13 from beyond the arc.
Not drawing iron on the foul shot, so automatically the ball goes to Pleasanton. Brock Eichelberger saying, get your hands up, girls.
Contest everything.
That's going to be a foul off the pass, as Christy Bauer was knocked to the floor by Tony Gillespie. And that's going to put Bauer at the line. Just trying to be in position to knock that ball away, but not exactly what she was looking for. Oh, but she missed the front end of the 1-and-1.
That's tough.
That hurts.
Chance to cut into the deficit with the clock stopped.
But that ball's going to be thrown away. Yeah, you got to question that decision. I realize that Pleasanton's going to pressure you, but why push the ball up the floor? Be patient. You have 10 seconds to get it into the front court. You just gave Pleasanton a cheap possession here. Now Pleasanton needs to make them pay for it by getting points. Axman comes away with the air ball and almost had a 3-point play opportunity. Instead, it'll be 2 free throws with 1:21 left. But these foul shots become extremely important.
Axman's had a really good ball game today. 17 points, 12 rebounds, always in the mix.
There's a big first free throw. So we'll make it a 3-point game.
Yeah, if you're Pleasanton, this is who you want at the stripe. She's 8 of 11 from the line. As a team in total, Pleasanton 65% today.
Makes them both.
Both very nice looking shots. We're down to a 1-possession ball game.
Remember, you got 3 fouls here for the 1-and-1 bonus. And you may need to start using them here pretty quick, because Ewing is not going to force the issue right now. Clock running, 1:08 to go.
Wouldn't be a bad idea to try.
Oh, that's a near travel. I'm surprised they didn't call it. Force up a shot, loose on the floor. Pleasanton's got it, and there's a foul. And that means free throws at the other end, a 1-and-1. Well, Pleasanton was patient. I thought maybe they started to need to think about fouling. They were patient. Ewing was not, made the mistake.
I would agree with you, though. The fouling in that situation would not be a bad idea. Just to at least get yourself closer to that 1-on-1 situation.
Yes! Oh, wow, that was close. Off the back of the iron. I thought Papanoff had too much on it.
The basketball gods are with her tonight.
This would make it a 1-point game. Rattles it home. 1-point game with 58 seconds left. Pleasanton, I do not believe, has led the entire game.
But they led 6-4.
That's right, 6-4. You're right.
Moving on their
loose on the floor. Teammates fighting for it, and Axman comes away with it. 38 seconds left.
Can they finally get over the hump? They've been so close to getting the lead, but they have not been able to get over it.
Well, here is their opportunity. Timeout, Pleasanton, 34.6 seconds left. Now becomes a chess match here. If you're Pleasanton, do you work for the last shot, or do you just work to get a shot?
I say you work to get a shot. You cannot be picky at this point in time.
That whole thing, you just saw it there. Zwiener started it by deflecting it as they were trying to wrap the ball around her.
And Axman, of all players, She's been everywhere today, comes up with it. Pleasanton now with possession. And your big question, John, I really think that you go for a shot. You can't be picky about the time. If you have an open look at 20 seconds, you have to take it.
42-41. Possession arrow to Pleasanton in the case of a tie-up. Ewing has 9 team fouls. Pleasanton has 6. Each team with a timeout left. Tiffany Tramer on the floor with 4 fouls. The only player in jeopardy of fouling out of the game. So here we go. Let's see what head coach Brenda Pates has drawn up here.
Look for Shoemaker. She's been very quiet in the second half, but the ball might be in her hands in this situation.
Going to play well out beyond the arc here. And she double dribbled the basketball. The All-Stater Courtney Shoemaker with the costly turnover.
She knew it the second she did it. She didn't even want to pick the ball up after her second hand touched the basketball.
Inbound. She gets it in. They need to get a foul. Still waiting, and there it is. This will be a 1-and-1. You don't need time running off the clock here.
Such a tough break for Pleasanton. Finally having the basketball with a chance to take the lead. You don't even get a shot off.
Well, we'll see if they catch a break here. Tramer with 2 huge free throws if she makes the first. She does. It's a 2-point game. And Pleasanton's going to use their last timeout before this free throw, with the idea being we need to draw up something here. We need to draw up some kind of a way to get somebody open for a game-tying 3, or they could, because again, that's only the 17th foul. If you're Pleasanton, we saw the same situation play out earlier today between South Sioux and Alliance, as far as, or excuse me, between Norfolk Catholic and Wahoo Newman, where in the similar situation, instead of going for the game-tying 3, you just drive in and get the 2, then get the foul in the backcourt or try to get the steal. So my guess is that's what they're planning on right now, is here's what we need to do based on whether she makes it or she misses it.
You're drawing up options right now.
Yeah.
You're not exactly specifically putting out one certain play. You're basically saying, all right, you're taking it to the rack. If you have an open look, you take it regardless of if it's a 2-point game or a 3-point game. However, if it is a 3-point game and you're driving, everybody collapses on you. That will leave player X out on the wing. You got to kick it out. We need the 3 to tie. But it's not a, if this free throw is made, it's not a must-3 situation in my mind.
No, it is not.
You can always score quick, then foul.
That's right, because again, it's still 1-and-1 here for a couple more fouls. Here's the foul shot. Ewing's going to keep everyone off. So they'll forfeit the rebound here, and it doesn't matter. She makes them both. 44-41, 22 seconds left. Let's see how they play it out. Tie or get the quick 2. Lob, Shoemaker, catch, release, missed, rebound, Ewing, and a foul. Off a quick shot, I would have thought they would have tried to punch it in through the lane to get a higher percentage shot.
Right, that would be my first inclination in that situation after the made free throw, is drive directly to the hoop and see what happens.
And that is the 5th foul on Ashley Axman, and her day comes to an end with a 19-point, 12-rebound performance.
9 of 12 from the line. Axman was so big down the stretch, helping keep Pleasanton in this contest throughout the entire second half.
I find this somewhat curious strategy here. Why Ewing is not playing under the basket to try to get a rebound. This is a 1-and-1, remember.
A lot of confidence on the free throw shooter.
Obviously.
Or you're just going to concede the rebound, which I don't know why you would do that when it's it was a 3-point contest.
Makes more sense now that she's made the first, but not necessarily before the first free throw. Second one, no. 12 seconds left. Ewing
got to get a quick shot off.
By 4, counting down to a possible repeat championship. 3 on the way with 4. It's good, but remember, no timeouts. Clock is running. Too late. It's over. Ewing repeats.
A 1-point win for a 2-time champion. This one tastes awfully sweet for the Ewing Tigers.
Oh, for one more timeout. There might have been a chance, but they were out of timeouts. And Ewing, all they needed to do was inbound it cleanly, and they did, and that ended the ball game. 45-44. The Ewing Tigers will take home another state championship, and we'll be back right after this.
Get ready for the Osmonds. Celebrating 50 years of entertainment. Don't miss the Osmonds reunion concert.
Coming soon to NET1.
Well, a game that didn't have a lot of flow to it. Got thrilling at the end as Pleasanton made a late run, but didn't quite have enough. Did have a possession, down one, but unfortunately Courtney Shoemaker turned the ball over on a double dribble, and that ended up turning things around. Ewing making their free throws when it counts, and they win it 45-44. Now, for the medal presentations and the Sportsmanship Award, here's Doc Winiger.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time we are pleased to present the Sportsmanship Award for Class C2. We want to thank all schools, students, fans, players, and coaches for their ongoing efforts to improve sportsmanship at the state tournament and throughout the year. We also thank Awards Unlimited and the Nebraska Independent College Foundation for sponsoring these awards. Making the presentation and representing the Nebraska Athletic Directors Association is Mike Purdy. Representing the Nebraska Coaches Association is Ron Kubik of Donovan Trumbull High School. Presenting the award and representing the Nebraska Independent College Foundation is Jack Pierce. This year's Class C2 Sportsmanship Award is presented to Grand Island Central Catholic. And now, the Sportsmanship Award for Class D2. Making the presentation and representing the Nebraska Athletic Directors Association is Mike Purdy. Representing the Nebraska Coaches Association is Ron Kubik of Donovan Trumbull High School. Presenting the award and representing the Nebraska Independent College Foundation is Jack Pierce. This year's Class D2 Sportsmanship Award is presented to Ewing High School. Receiving the award is Principal Greg Appleby and the Ewing Drumline. Congratulations, Ewing High School. And now, the Nebraska School Activities Association is pleased to present medals and trophies to both of these outstanding teams. The awards will be presented by NSAA Board of Control members Jake Beller of Battle Creek and Max Schroeder of Ord. First, here are the awards for the 2008 Class D2 runner-up from Pleasanton High School. For head coach Brenda Pace and your assistants step in the middle of the court to present the silver medals to each member of your team. Players, as your name is called, please come forward to receive your medal. Number 13, Erica Balsell. Number 15, Kelsey Vest. Number 21, Nicole Rasmussen. Number 25, Abby Royal. Number 45, Melanie Shapto. Number 53, Anna Kavanaugh. Number 55, Bridget Reese. Number 11, Christine Bauer. Number 23, Courtney Shoemaker. Number 33, Ashley Axman. Congratulations, Pleasanton High School, 2008 Class D2 State runner-up. And now, to the champions from Ewing High School. First, head coach Bob Devaney and a special coaches award for you. Now, coach, hand out the gold medals to your championship team members. Players, as your name is called, please come forward to receive your medal. Number 3, Amber Stanton. Number 5, Christina Ha. Number 10, Kenzie Holway. Number 11, Heather Bartan. Number 13, Megan Ringel. Number 25, Lisa Fong. Number 42, Sierra Summer. Number 20, Tiffany Schrager. Number 21, Tony Gillespie. Number 22, Abby Sheets. Number 30, Tiffany Forzo. Number 33, Haley Trainer. And now, all of you are welcome to receive the state championship trophy. Congratulations to the Tigers of the Ewing High School, the 2008 Class D2 State Basketball Champion.
Being the last game of the night, but celebration nonetheless as Ewing hangs on here 45-44, claiming back-to-back titles and the only champion who was defending from last year who managed to get the job done in consecutive years. Well, for Pleasanton and Brenda Pates, it was a heartbreaking end to it. They had their opportunities down the stretch, came up just 1 point short. Kevin Suits has Brenda now. Coach Brenda Pates.
Thanks, John. Brenda, tearful into the season for your girls.
Yeah, you know, they worked hard, and I'm so proud of them. You know, that's what it's all about, is just play with heart. And they went out and played with heart, gave it all they had. And, you know, God has blessed me with a great group of girls. There's 12 girls. They have got along so well this year. They played so hard all year long, and I can't ask more from them.
Talk about the finish there. It was very furious. You had a chance to potentially take the lead there late. What's the thought process and what was drawn up?
Well, you know, I just said it's just you taking care of what you need to get done. We went to a little man. We thought they haven't seen us do it. We've been working all year long. I said, let's go ahead and try a little man, see what happens, see if we can throw them off. I said, just dig down right now and go after it.
What can you say about this run? A fantastic season.
It's been an awesome season. They have nothing to hang their heads about. I know this isn't quite what they wanted, but they will, you know, down the road they will see it and not be so disappointed, I'm sure.
Brenda, thank you very much. Losing with grace. Thank you very much. 45-44 is the final in the D2 championship game. We'll take a break. We'll be back with the winners right after this.
The NSAA State High School Basketball Championships are underwritten in part by Nebraska Public Power District, always there when you need us, together with your local public power utility. Education Quest Foundation, improving access to college through scholarships, grants, and college planning services. And by U.S. Bank, measuring success through performance, pride, products, and people, backed by a 5-star service guarantee. U.S. Bank, member FDIC.
carrier.
Coming in April to NET1. Explore the imperial cities of Prague, Vienna, and Budapest with NET. Between September 22nd and October 2nd, we'll take in the sights, sounds, and tastes of these native lands for so many classical musicians and artists. To find out more, call 800-634-6788 or visit our website, netnebraska.org/imperial cities.
Hello, I'm André Rieu, inviting you to watch my brand new special, André Rieu in Wonderland, on this public television station. It features an enchanting evening of great music with my orchestra and some very special guests.
Coming soon to NET1.
Ewing repeats in Class D2, 45-44, the final score as we take a look at the final numbers from this championship game, the final one of the night. Shooting percentages did come up in the second half, 35% for Pleasanton, 31% for Ewing. Pleasanton still had more turnovers, including that costly one in the final moments. For the individual leaders, Ashley Axman, who fouled out, had 19 points and 12 rebounds, 10 points for Courtney Shoemaker. For Ewing, 3 players in double figures, including a double-double of 11 points and 10 rebounds for Haley Tramer. Also, the state champions led by Abby Sheets with 13 points, and Tiffany Tramer had 11 tonight for the Tigers, who are backstage now with Kevin in our post-game interview segment.
Head coach Brock Eichelberger, you can finally smile now. That wasn't easy, was it?
No, I'll tell you, we were scared there at the end, and came down to really taking care of the ball at the end strong, and we hit some big free throws.
You lost your voice along the way, too.
A little bit of a cold and too much yelling, probably.
We'll just talk about this game. You guys handled the lead for most of the contest, but Pleasanton just would not go away. How were you able to deal with that?
You know, it was frustrating. We were giving up a lot of offensive rebounds, we thought, and we let them have a little bit too much penetration. But we said just keep hanging in there and keep pushing. I thought we missed a few opportunities on some fast breaks and that, but the girls never gave up. Big free throws down the stretch.
Wasn't exactly as scripted, but it seemed like you guys did a great job improvising, especially in the final 2 minutes.
Yeah, the last part, we told our girls to keep good spacing, run good offense, and something will open up, and girls did a great job.
Brock, you're the only team here that goes back-to-back this season, which is actually a rarity in girls' state basketball. First or second, is there a sweeter one, or how do you compare the two?
It's a totally different season. We told a different identity this year, and we've had just as much fun this year as last year, and it's just as sweet.
All in all, great run, right?
Thank you. Yes.
Brock, thank you very much. Congratulations. We'll now bring in some of the players. We'll start with Tony Gillespie. And the cheers from the teammates. What's it like to have that trophy back in the hands this year?
It feels awesome.
What was that moment like? You guys were waiting for the clock to finally run down, and when it hit 0-0-0, just describe that for us.
It was unbelievable. It was such a close game. I mean, for a while we didn't know what was going to happen, and as soon as the buzzer went off, we just exploded.
Perfect. Congratulations. Explosion. A very good explosion. Tiffany Barlow is up next here in the winner's circle. Tiffany, 4 points, 4 rebounds. Ewing goes back-to-back. You guys got the lead in the first quarter, and it seemed like smooth sailing, but Pleasanton would not go away. Was that just kind of a pesky bunch that you were facing?
Yeah, it was. They're a really good team, and I'm just really glad we pulled it off in the end.
A grinding state tournament for you guys. All 3 rounds, the quarters, the semis, and today. You guys never seemed to really catch your breath at all, did you?
No, but I think we're in pretty good shape, so we gave it all we had.
Perfect. Thank you. Congratulations. Tiffany Barlow. Tiffany Tramer is up next, rather. With 11 points, 4 rebounds, 1 versus 2. You guys go back-to-back. How nice is that?
That's the most amazing feeling ever. I wish everyone could feel it. Not a lot of teams can say they have a repeat. It's awesome.
Was this the goal from day one? Did you guys set out to win a state championship?
Yeah, we made a lot of goals. We didn't achieve them all, but this was our top goal, and we achieved it, so it's awesome.
Can you shed some light on some of those you didn't achieve? A third one, perhaps? Is that going to be in store for next year?
Oh, yes, for sure. Definitely.
All right, thank you very much. But before we get ahead of that, I think they're going to savor this one. Haley Tramer with the double-double today. 11 points, and 10 rebounds. You played a big role down low. You guys seem to be clicking on all cylinders there in the first half. Just take us through the first half and getting the lead.
It was fun getting to, run against somebody different, especially somebody different, like, towards my height. And I thought we executed it well.
How big of a challenge was that? Because in D2 there aren't too many tall girls like yourself, but going up against Zwiener, that had to be pretty difficult.
It was fun, though, actually. I mean, it was difficult at times, but I liked it.
Perfect. Congratulations. You come out on top. And Abby Sheets coming up next. 13 points, 6 rebounds. And you guys seemed like Pleasanton was always getting back in transition. That's one of your bread and butters, is to be able to run and gun, but didn't happen today. But you still got the points when they counted, right?
We'd go on a run, and then they just come right back with a run. And then we knew we just have to go up for another run, and we just had to keep pushing.
Seems like an awfully resilient bunch to be able to do that time and time again.
We just know we got to work hard and we got to finish at the end, and the results, they just come out the way how you want them.
Abby, congratulations. Two-time state champs are the Ewing Tigers. Congratulations to Coach Eichelberger and the entire Ewing team, community, and the coaching staff. Your Class D2 state champions, the Ewing Tigers.
Hello, I'm Rod Bates, General Manager of NET. If you rely on an outdoor antenna or rabbit ears to receive your favorite television channels, you'll soon have to make some choices. You'll have 3 options. First, you can buy a new digital television set. Second, you can subscribe to a pay TV service like cable or satellite. And the third option is you can buy a converter box that will let you keep using your current television set. Now, the federal government started offering DTV converter coupons worth $40 each to help you afford the boxes you'll need. You can apply by calling 888-388-2009, or you can log on to the internet and go to dtv2009.gov. If you have any questions at all, you can call us here at NET for help. Our number is 1-800-634-6788. We just want to make sure you continue to receive our programs.
A good cowboy can't go to bed at night if his cows are hungry. You spend all of your life taking care of animals.
These are the stories that made Nebraska the beef state. Coming this June on NET1 and NET HD.
After 14 hours of basketball, 6 champions have been crowned across the state. Girls state basketball, the final, Ewing over Pleasanton. Last but not least, it was a 1-point game. John, it was a very entertaining day from start to finish.
Yeah, it was, and it really got off to a great start with the Norfolk Catholic Bishop Newman game. We saw a bit of redemption for Norfolk Catholic, who so many times has lost on the last-second shot. This year, another opponent with a last-second shot, but this time it didn't go in, and Norfolk Catholic gets the win. We saw Bancroft Rosalie, who a lot of people thought was going to run the table in Class D1, and that's exactly what they did. And we also saw South Sioux City and Lincoln Southeast get back to positions of prominence in their respective classes. And then, of course, in these last couple of games, we also saw Ewing, the only team that had a shot to repeat late in the night. Alliance missed out earlier, but Ewing got the job done.
That's going to be one of the most important things that I'll remember from this girls' state basketball tournament, especially on the championship, the fact that there was only one repeat champion, because we usually see teams run the table 3, 4, or 5 years in a row.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And also, we speak of redemption. Perkins County, who lost in the finals last year, they came back this year and got a victory as well. So some first-time champions and those historical power programs like Southeast and South Sioux City coming back and doing it once again. It was a great girls' state tournament. Look forward to a great boys' state tournament.
Hey, you got more in you?
Give me a week.
Gonna have to,
Give me
right?
a week. We'll be back.
It's been a very, very entertaining girls' state basketball championship day. Well, we want to give a lot of thanks to hand out here as we wrap things up at the Bob Devaney Sports Center. First and foremost, a big thanks and big round of applause for the production and engineering crews putting this all together, a co-production between 1011 and NET, the first ever time that the girls' state or boys' state basketball tournament was aired in high definition. We also want to thank Dr. Jim Tinniper, Jim Angeli, and the Nebraska School Activities Association. They've been so kind to us throughout the week. Also, thanks go out to Butch Hugg and the staff at the Bob Devaney Sports Center, Nebraska Educational Television, Husker Vision with their help along the way, and, well, we got to plug next week. It's the Boys State Tournament on 10/11 and NET once again. We leave you with a look back at the best of today, Championship Saturday at the Girls State Tournament.
Coverage of the 2008 State High School Basketball Championships has been brought to you in part by Nebraska Community Colleges, State Farm Insurance, Nebraska's independent colleges, the Nebraska Catholic Conference, Concordia University, One Oak Energy Marketing, the Nebraska Abstinence Education Program, and by Nebraska Furniture Mart.